Welcome to the Jeep Life podcast, the pre-show, if you will. And we're just going to wait for people to join us, and then we'll get rolling with the regular episode. I'm Terry. That's Bill. That's Don.
What's up?
And we're in a great mood today.
Enjoy the podcast.
Good luck, everybody.
I'm tired. How many helmets are we giving out tonight?
No. It's going to be I should walk around and see what helmets I have down here.
Did you get my text about the Monkey Butler suit?
Yeah, I did.
I'm looking for one.
Is that going to be Halloween, or is that just going to be
That's
what
gonna
you
be
wear
every
on
time we're
every
in
Sunday?
public.
Every public viewing of us. I love it.
Oh, this is great. Here's a new family fun night. Don. You're blindfolded and you gotta grab cash,
Oh, with that,
but they're
oh
on
my
top
God.
of mouse
That's
traps.
better than. Did you get my? Did I text it out about the shock collars?
Oh yeah, you did.
Wait.
That's just as good.
Which one was the shot collars?
So just an example. You
Uh-huh.
put a dog shock collar on. I put a dog shock collar on. You have my remote. I have your remote.
Right.
He asks us questions, and if we get the Jeep questions wrong,
I
I get to zap. If you get it, yeah. And here's the thing, I can zap you as long as far as I want, but eventually you're gonna get your turn back. I just think it would be like a game changer for
Oh, that's
JLP.
Oh, I don't know about that.
That would definitely go viral. There's no doubt about
I'm
it.
telling you.
There's no doubt about it.
So I put a couple videos out to some people at work. They're like, "You guys are cool, but you're a little boring."
Yeah, all right.
And somebody came up with that. They were like, "This is what you need."
That's genius.
It is genius.
But dangerous.
I don't know.
If you dogs can handle it,
Little
certainly you
yeah.
guys can.
Little liquid courage. Oh well, your turn would come then too.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Oh wait, this is a shitty idea.
We would ask you questions about Apple and everything you got wrong.
Oh, I'm going to go down the list and say hey to everybody real quick. What's up, Mike? I always count on you being the first one up there. Got Jason on here. Hey, Jason. Kristen is Will on with you? Because he can now be
How
a
about it?
real
Got his
member of the
Jeep.
Jeep family. Yeah.
man.
How
Hey, I
about
know
that?
where there's some wheels and tires for sale.
That's right. You can go straight 35s. That guy
Yes.
Yes,
can upgrade straight away.
right away.
Eric,
Right
yes,
away.
they are Beats headphones.
What's up, Eric? Yeah, they are.
They're from like 15.
Thanks, Debbie.
Yeah. Hey, Nike, what's happening, buddy? That's Nike. I need some music. We need some lunchtime this week. Are you back in town? Yeah,
Ron.
Debbie. Ron, what's happening? We're gaining some people on here. I guess this is the time where we say, hey, go out there, share it out to your friends, get some
Yeah,
more
share
people
it
on
out.
here.
Happy birthday, Jason. Happy
Oh, yeah,
birthday
that's
to
right,
you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jason. Happy birthday to you.
He's 26 years old today.
Well, his beard's 50, but he's
Eric says, ooh, I see a PSC RAM. Yes, so we're going to be talking about this bad boy.
It's
I'm gonna do it.
it's yeah,
Just put it back
it's
on now.
phallic.
No way. That's like a Chinese finger cuff. You'll never get that back on.
Where'd it go?
Well, we can't. Oh man, my headphones just
They suck.
they just cut out totally.
Really?
Yep.
What happened?
It's
You got no battery?
my life. There we go. We're back on.
What's up, Amy?
Eric says, I have one in my toolbox.
Jesus.
Well, he has the whole system. He
Right.
just doesn't have it hooked up.
Oh.
So, yeah, that's some beef right there.
Weighs more than this table.
Yeah. Sucker's
Can't believe
heavy.
how heavy
Weighs
that thing
more
is.
than the Dana 30 in the front of your Jeep.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
It's probably
that's
gonna
definitely
bend
going to
my
be
Dana 30 in half.
It's going to be the strongest component.
That steering is the strongest components. What's running?
I don't know. I think some laundry was started
Ah,
a while ago.
On delay.
no, it's
Apparently.
emptying.
Well, if that comes on, what we'll do is we'll just talk through it to our peeps.
That's fine.
If while we're recording,
Feel very far away.
and then
today.
I'll try to edit it out as best as I can.
I wouldn't even worry about it.
Well, you want to.
Why are we whispering? Oh, Frank, we don't talk as loud as you do.
Thanks, Eric. It is hit. I have my checklist rolling. You can't see it, but it's rolling, and hopefully I'll never blow that again. What's up, Jason? How you doing? Yeah, Frank. So, you blow off Amy's stuff and help me out tomorrow.
Help you out tomorrow. Help me out tomorrow.
Help somebody. Do something, Frank.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for a long time for you to contribute to this.
Yeah. We need videos.
Yeah, we need videos. So get on it.
Better yet, we need videos done on our Jeep.
That's right.
I think you're doing a fine job, Frank. I'm just throwing it out there.
I did record.
Well, you're hoping some of that karma comes back to you.
Something.
I did record the ABS sensor replacement.
Oh, you did?
Do we have to edit out all the curse words?
No, I didn't.
Was it 9 hours of the?
So I didn't talk through it. So I'm gonna just voice overlay.
Okay. Yeah, you do that pretty well.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, you do.
Voiceover master.
Yeah.
Voice over it, and then just put it all together, and maybe put some different shots in it, and this and
Okay.
that. So,
All right.
that's the goal plan.
I like it.
And then the camera died, so I only got I was basically putting the tire back on, and I'm like,
Right.
it's fine.
I do want to let everybody know because the conversation came up earlier on Facebook. Our listeners out there, if you're interested in Power Tank, I would do it now because right now all of our listeners out there get a 15% off of a full system.
Yeah.
Using Jeep Life Pod 15
Mm-hmm.
when they check out. That's awesome, and I know that somebody was very interested today asking some questions, and I was able to answer those. And I'm happy that we have that discount. I don't know how long that'll last, but
It's awesomeness.
Yeah.
I got a short coming out for them too.
do you?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, my tank's filled and ready to go. I'm ready. I haven't been off road in like 3 weeks.
I know. We got to get out there.
We gotta get out there. This
I'm
Problem
out
is-
until I put some gears in.
I mean, you put new tires on, but you can't go off roading now.
I listen.
It's a
Look,
dog.
really, all you need to do is disconnect
It's not that much.
and air down.
It's not that much worse.
Uh-huh.
But it was on the edge of having to ride the clutch all the time last time, so I really don't feel
Oh.
like putting a clutch in it in a year or two.
Yeah.
Have you
Thank you,
updated the size in your computer?
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Good. All right. What do you think, guys? Are we ready?
Just
Hit
take
that
the
button.
Honda. I'll take the Honda and ride in your guys' Jeeps.
That's fine. You can come hang out in Big Red.
We're just gonna break down anyway.
Take the. Well, I think we may have to sticker the Honda for AZ shuttle.
Yeah. We'll just leave it up there parked, ready to go.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna hit this button over here.
Terry, did you hit record?
I did hit record,
Okay.
but while I hit record, Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Jeep Life Podcast. We're a podcast where we love that Jeep life and we love sharing it with other people. And tonight is no different than any other night. I'm joined by the amazing people that I spend my Jeep life with. And Don, how we doing over there?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing all right,
Yeah.
man. It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, life happens.
It was busy. Really busy this past week, and I think I knew getting into it was going to be a crazy week, so it was just one of those Sundays I had to bail.
Yeah, well, it's all right. It happens. I mean, we all need that. And sometimes it's good to get away and take a breath or fill up the space, but it's also good to be back in the.
I was excited to
in the
come
seat.
back tonight. I was, a lot of working on Jeeps this week, but not a lot of talking about them. So
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Excellent. Yeah, and you're afraid that Frank's going to permanently take over your seat.
I offered Frank my seat permanently.
What'd you? Hey, dude,
texted
here's
him, I'm
$20.
like,
Not
Just
allowed.
take it over.
I'm like, Frank, great job. Anytime you want to get on here, let me know. I'll call in sick.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, Frank, you better look out, man.
But
Frank might
Frank
be.
has to make sure that he's actually available when,
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
but you might be looking over your shoulder. He might be,
For as crazy as a week I was, I'll step back and fill in when Frank can't make it. Life's just been,
No. We're keeping you in the seat. We're keeping you
I'm
there.
here as long as you want me. But like I said,
It's engraved with your name. I don't.
But Frank did do a good job, though. That was a good show. I listened to it as soon as you guys had it out. And
Awesome.
I didn't get to, listen to it live that night. I was just doing emails and
Yeah, I kept looking for you to pop up, and you
it's
didn't.
up to my eyeballs in emails and getting ready for a night class we had running and.
Oh yeah.
So, but listen to it in the car, in the Honda.
Yeah.
And it was a good, really, really good episode. Guys, all
Frank's great.
Frank's great. All you guys did a great job.
He's
Everybody hit a home run.
hilarious. He puts up with my shit. I like him a lot. And
He's good people.
he's a good member to have on the team
Yep.
and does a great job with those driveway videos. Hint, hint. Do my Jeep lights this week, Frank. Hint, hint. Anyway, I'm also joined by Bill. Bill, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, Terry,
Yeah, you.
Kind of tired. The show might get a little rowdy, who knows?
Man, I'm gonna have to. I feel like I'm gonna have to carry this one just from an energy standpoint.
Nah, I did a lot of Jeep wrenching today.
You've done a lot.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot done. I got power stop brakes and rotors, the Z36 brakes and rotors, towing HD stuff. So,
Oh, yeah.
got that. Got a new ABS sensor on the front passenger side. I got some new cool toys that are coming in. One of them sitting on the table right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got lots of stuff going on. I got a lot of just little maintenance stuff,
Yep.
this, that, and the other thing. I got to change the oil, like
all that
stupid
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, you sent me. Well, we've all been sending pictures back and forth with ourselves.
Yep.
And you have all your stuff laid out. It's like a freaking auto parts store on your bench right
Yeah.
now. It's awesome.
So much stuff laying there, from ball joints to new steering box, pump, hydro cylinder assist.
when you're done with that, this should be straight. I mean, not that it drove bad to begin with, but
Right.
like
it should really.
Billy is like I am a perfectionist,
Yep.
and like there's some things going on right now with my Jeep that I'm not happy with, but I had it 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. We Billy and I came up with a laundry list, and it should be point on
Yeah.
when it's done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Literally locked up the brakes on the way from my grandmother's to my house. Locked them up. I wasn't even trying to lock up the brakes, and it just
really?
locked them up. That's how good those brakes are.
Oh yeah.
Out of this world.
Yeah. Those are great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Definitely got the stopping power.
But now there's a lot of other stuff that
Brakes
needs
are
to be done.
dumb.
Who needs them?
Who needs them?
Just throw it in reverse.
Yeah.
Right. Gears. Who needs them? Well, I'm really excited about what's going on this week, and you've got stuff that you're doing wrenching. I'm going to try to come over and
I still got dirt on my arms.
maybe you should take a shower.
Well,
Every other day.
yeah.
It's COVID prevention plan.
It is
Exactly.
right. But you've got a lot of stuff coming on. Maybe I'll come over and and throw a video down,
we need
right?
to start recording some videos. I was in the process of recording a video about the ABS sensor and the front end of a JK, so it's pretty common that they go bad.
So
they're just a little Hall effect sensor, which
yeah,
uses magnets.
yeah. I think Frank and I, well, when we did Amy's front bearings,
Unit bearings.
we had to pull that
Yep.
ABS sensor out,
Normally
right?
you do,
and he
Unless
actually
you get a loaded bearing, they have them with.
Right.
Sometimes you get them. They have the new ones in, but yeah, it probably.
it did have the new one with
Did
it, so we had to pull the old one out.
Right.
And put
It's a pain in the rear to get to that connector up
It-
behind the
it is
the freaking
wheel well. And
no, the shock tower.
Yeah.
right, shock tower. Yeah, his hand was the one who was up there, not mine.
That's what I do at school.
Right.
Hey, unplug that. I'm gonna go check on the car next to us.
Because it's a 20-minute like fishing
Yeah,
adventure trying to get that thing
yeah,
undone.
yeah,
Because it has a safety clip on it too.
right.
Just
So-
break those off.
Just to hold it. Yeah.
Break the whole thing.
Oh God! Technical advice from JLP.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't listen to
Don't
the last
listen-
3
don't
minutes.
break it.
Yeah.
Don't at all. Man, so tonight's topic, and we'll get to it in a little bit, but we're going to start talking with tires,
Talking about rubbers.
talking about rubbers, and Don, you recently just put some new tires on.
I did. I put some 35s on.
Man,
Cute cheap.
not anymore.
So let's start with that.
Yeah.
Really, I was fine with my 33s because I wasn't wheeling hard.
Yeah.
I didn't really feel like I needed to. I had you guys, and I was just gonna spot and maybe get into doing some videography. And we were all hanging out at Billy's house. And I'm pretty sure I
Yeah.
know where this originated from. But somehow somebody starts throwing around how my Jeep's cute. And I'm insecure to begin with, so I had to buy new tires.
My bad.
Scott, pretty sure that came from
It's-
Scott.
Well, Scott, he's got his own world that he lives in
Yeah.
that we don't. But yeah, very cute Jeep. But now, man, it changed. It changed
looks
everything.
Pretty badass.
Yeah.
It's actually it's funny. It's
Doesn't look like
looking
a
at it-
midget next to mine.
Looking at it, it doesn't looking at it. It looks a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Getting in it doesn't feel a whole lot bigger, but it does change the way it looks.
Yeah, it does for sure. And
So,
you lost some wheel well space,
big time. Yeah.
right? And it really fills up. And I think that to me really
Yep.
that's what makes it almost
And
look beefier.
It's
Is just
wider tire.
yeah.
But,
so you went with exactly the same tire, just a bigger size,
yeah,
right?
Yep, absolutely. So now I got some things that are going to need to be done to get the Jeep right. I got to figure out some gearing. Manuals are kind of funny to wheel with the manual. Like I know what what everybody uses.
Yep.
I'm just not sure. It's for me. It's a little high. It's a little much. It's a little excessive.
What we
what
do?
I-
456.
So everybody runs 456s with a manual or an automatic, and it would crawl. I mean, with the
Yeah.
manual, you pretty much want it to crawl a wall without having to tip the clutch.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm going to really lose some gas mileage. I did some math with the 456s. I'm going to be down, low to, if I'm lucky, 13,
Miles per
14.
mile, not miles per gallon.
It's eventually going to be a daily driver when the Honda goes to my daughter. So I'm not going to, unless gas is through the roof.
Yep.
I'm gonna just daily drive it because I do enjoy it.
Right. Sure.
I have a set of 373s. That's definitely not going to be enough. A 410 wouldn't quite be enough, and you can't get 433s. That would be the money right there.
Okay.
And that would keep my gas mileage around 16, 17, give me enough to, it would crawl.
I get like 16, 17.
On the
Mhm.
highway,
No.
back roads.
Actually, it's weird.
You guys get
So
better
I get
than me.
I get
But
like
you're running
16,
a taller tire, too.
37 with a 488.
Yeah.
But my sweet spot of like good gas mileage is like 55 to 60 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So like when I'm cruising back roads, I'm getting good gas mileage.
Right. And
My
that's
city
how-
sucks.
Yeah.
My
Right.
highway at like 75 miles an hour, terrible.
Yeah.
To like 14.
I'm usually on back roads around 50, 55,
Yeah.
and I would like to average 15, 16,
Yeah.
maybe. And maybe with the 456s it would do it. It's just not exactly what I wanted. But what I want, there's no option available. So, is what it is.
Different
Right.
axles.
It's not available. Well, if I put tons in it, maybe. It's
See,
just a
there we
little bit
go.
overkill.
Yeah.
So the
it's-
whole idea
So all
being,
we have to do is just tell him how cute his axles
yeah,
look.
right,
Your
right,
axles
right.
are
No, those are
Except
so
for the
cute
fact when you
axles.
two are running the same set of axles I am, it's not going to work.
Well,
So the whole idea,
give me
the
a
whole
little while.
premise behind the Jeep, the build is to keep it light. So I eventually will change out the front to a 44, but
Mhm.
I'm going to keep the rear 44, but I'm not going to do tons in it. And I don't know I'm going to do much more tire. Maybe a set of 37s.
Yeah, why
if I-
not?
If I want the coilovers down the road,
Right.
37s.
So they look good, and I can't wait to look. Let's dive into there. And one of the reasons why we're wanting to do the conversation on tires, which we'll do in a little bit later.
Because you got some new
I have
rubbers.
some. I have some new shoes
So
too.
40. I picked up at one shot from Mike Rauch from OK Four Wheel Drive.
Yeah.
$4,500, 15 tires.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
That's a lot of
It
tires.
wasn't 4,500 actually. It was less, but it was
Yeah.
if we had paid the
Yeah.
retail value.
Yeah.
That's
got us
crazy.
a little bit of a break.
So 15 larger tires.
Yes. So in the back.
What'd you
of
throw
a
them in the
pickup
back
truck.
of your
No,
your
the
JK?
Honda. No, I got them in the
I
Honda.
got them in the Honda. A little
They fold
bungee
up.
cord.
Those new folding tires.
And that's pretty awesome. So yeah, I got a new set of tires ready to have them put on new wheels that I got, and so I thought it would be good for us to start that conversation on tires and going forward. But before we get forward, we've got a couple of things to talk about. You've got it. We've referenced it before, but you've got a real heavy thing on the desk. I would love for you to give me some details on what you think.
This is a PSC, which stands for Performance Steering Components, hydraulic ramrod for a
Decorated
2012
cakes.
Right.
2012 to 2018 Jeep JK Trail Cylinder Assist System, which does it's the big bore box, their steering box, hydraulic ramrod, and new power steering pump, new reservoir. It's got all kinds of fun gizmos and gadgets, and it's awesomeness.
Yeah. So what that
It's-
is
It's a hydraulic assisted steering system.
right? Yeah. The thing's heavy.
Yeah. It's not light.
It's for real.
It's probably this cylinder's probably like a solid 30 pounds easy.
Yeah, I mean you can hear it when you
Yeah.
just try to
it's-
sit it down nicely.
It's solid.
Yeah, he's throwing it around. Looks like he's junior over there doing workouts. But dude, when I picked that thing up, I was like, yeah, I might throw up my back if I try to move this too far.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for real. So how does it help? Why do you want it? And
So bigger is always better.
bigger's always better, right?
What's the saying? What you're saying?
Huh? Because if I
don't,
didn't,
yeah,
I'd break shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, so it's putting a bigger steering box in the Jeep. So first it starts out with a larger reservoir, so it holds more fluid, and then they put in a bigger, higher rated power steering pump. So it's going from 1100 psi to 1600 psi. So you're running a higher pressure in the lines, and then you get a bigger box, obviously, which this box is also ported. So you can run 2 more lines down to this hydraulic ramrod, which is it's just a hydraulic cylinder that assists the tie rod going back and forth. So
Okay.
the whole point of it is that you can literally turn the steering wheel with one finger with like 44-inch tires.
Yeah.
It makes steering a lot easier. It
So
stabilizes
will that
everything.
Will that take some pressure off like your rag joint and stuff like that? It should take some pressure off
Yes.
the rag joint.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So it puts a lot more pressure on the tie rod,
right. Then
pushing the tie
Right.
rod back and forth. So really, the steering box is only turning one tire, and then the ramrod theoretically turns the other tire.
Okay. Yeah.
So, like I see guys, you can take your tie rod or your drag link off and just run that.
Yeah.
You could use the box as an orbital valve.
Oh, really?
You could,
Right.
but
Well, I mean, I almost everybody 37s and larger is running a PSC
Yeah.
RAM assist. You almost have to. I mean, I could feel it in your Jeep when I was driving it. I can feel it a little bit in mine with the new tires.
Yeah.
But I ran the pressure slightly higher, so that helped with it. But
Yeah. I mean, this thing's going to be pretty bee's knees
Right.
in steering. And it's going to take it to a full 1-ton steering system. So it has 1-ton, 1.5-inch aluminum, solid aluminum drag link tie rod with 1-ton tie rod ends, drag link ends. And then this is just going to really beef everything up on top of it.
Oh, that's awesome. What is retail for that?
Retail for that is a lot of freaking money. $2,350.
Yeah. Wow.
But
Yeah.
I mean, you get a lot of stuff for it. So
Yeah,
you get
absolutely.
you get a new steering box, which a new steering box from Mopar is like $800.
Yep.
So the steering box is pretty comparable. You get a new power steering pump,
Yep.
which I have 117,000 miles on my Jeep. I think there's 50,000 miles on the power steering pump.
Right.
So like they wear out, parts wear out. So
Yeah.
put the best in, and doesn't wear out as much.
True. And you'll get your money. I mean, you just the first time you drive it, you'll go, "Oh, I didn't feel like I worked out
Yeah,
as much," right? So, especially longer trips or
longer trips, off-roading. Seriously,
Yeah.
when you're aired down.
yeah.
So and then
Steering's
eventually,
tougher there, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, thanks for sharing that beauty.
it's pretty.
It is.
They got really cool stickers too. So it's all about the stickers.
Have we put the sticker on the table?
Are we gonna slap the?
We need to stick it on the table.
What?
Nothing.
Are you gonna stick it on your
Did you see
computer?
it?
I just read.
Yeah.
Are we going right here?
Oh, that looks good. I was going to save that for a spot for someone that was going to pay us a lot of money to do that.
But you know what?
You can always put it over top.
I paid a lot of money for it, so
That's right. Well, I want to save this spot right here and this spot right here for people who pay a lot of money.
I think we should get some people to pay some money.
We
Yeah.
seriously need to.
Yeah. So
I mean, this is fun, but it would be a lot more fun if we were buying Jeep parts. For this.
right. Yeah, for sure.
I got a lot of other cool Jeep.
Hell, I just want to
too.
pay off some stuff,
Yeah.
But what's that about? Events. Any events coming up? Anything cool?
Events, stuff.
I
I didn't look anything up.
Well, I would love to chime in, but I have no email where I had events.
Oh yeah. I do know that the 2021 Jeep Jamboree event schedule just got released,
Yes, I saw that on Facebook.
and I'm super stoked.
Well,
super,
we need to have a
super
conversation afterwards because I think I have one of the jamborees tied up for us. I think we need to do Windrock. And
Yeah.
I think I have everything ready to go. So we should have that conversation afterwards.
Perfect.
But I think the whole JLP cast needs to go, everybody.
Drive where? What?
Windrock, Tennessee, man.
Yeah.
August.
Okay. Cool. I'll be there.
COVID should have killed us all by then, so we should be good and not have to wear our masks.
No, we're gonna be into the zombie apocalypse at that point. So
That's cool too. That's why we would steal bumpers.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Just take them out.
Yep.
I'm gonna keep that full width.
Ooh.
Mm. Yeah, that's a conversation that we should have one day.
We should have a conversation about full width or stubby or mid width.
Yeah. So bumpers.
Yeah.
That's-
Zombie apocalypse, you want a full width.
for,
trailer.
Yeah, you
for
gotta
sure.
Gotta keep them away. You don't want to
Yeah.
get caught in the top of the wheel well.
No, you don't want to give them any chances.
No.
And with that full width, they've kind of bushed them out. It gets them
Yeah.
away. Their bones
Yeah.
don't snap off and
Yep.
chop out your tire.
Yep.
Because you want a smooth ride when you're killing zombies. You don't want
I agree.
You need some full coilover suspension.
That's
You know,
right.
some
Soak up the
40s.
zombies.
Yeah, just run those zombies right over. We're good.
when the zombies come, I'm going and beating the ass out of Eric and taking his
You know,
Jeep
well,
from him.
hold on a second. Eric Ammerman's so high, you could just lean over and spit on him while they're trying to jump up
I
and
know,
get him.
right?
It's true.
Yeah, how many zombies could he take out in one flail?
I don't know. He has a stubby bumper. They get caught in the wheel wells.
I don't think when tires are that big it matters.
I don't think so either.
No, and I wanted to actually see the Fill-A-Trunk is coming up. I think it's
Correct.
November 12th. And what the Fill-A-Trunk is it's in the Philadelphia
No,
area.
14th.
It is the largest food drive. I think it might be the largest food drive in the country right now.
Yeah, I think so.
So the Preston and Steve morning show at WMMR started years ago, camping out and saying, "Hey, bring us food so we can help out the homeless during the holiday season. Make sure that everybody has food."
Not even just homeless,
And-
just people that are struggling. a
Right,
little bit.
right. And so they partnered with Phil Abundance,
Right.
which is the big food. Wise words losing my mind. They're they do food distribution for
Mhm.
food bank. It's a food bank.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's the words. It's a food bank, and
words
so
are tough
they
tonight.
do amazing work through Press and Steve and WMMR, and a couple clubs decided that they were going to get in on the action to see if they could help. And every year, Jackson,
Jeep Club.
right, Paul Jackson, one of the disc jockeys from MMR, he's a big Jeep guy, and he's like, you know what? I think the Jeep community can really reach out, and so they challenge the Porsche community.
Yeah, so the Jeeps and the Porsches go at it.
Go at it, and it's
Um,
usually the first day.
yeah.
Right.
And so this year they're doing things a bit differently because of COVID. So they are actually going to have the Jeeps show up at 11 a.m. on the actually that's where we're meeting up. The Jeep
Yep.
Club is meeting up at 11 a.m. and then we're driving down to the drop off point, which is I think it's going to be open from 1 to 1:30 will be for all the Jeeps to donate, and then they're setting up different times for different clubs to come
Right.
in and donate their stuff.
Usually, this is a big social
It usually
event.
is, yes.
And it's almost like a show and shine
Yep.
in the lot, and you tons of Porsches and exotic cars
Really
and,
cool
and
cars,
the
yeah.
Jeeps, all just hang out and
Yep.
then kind of parade through and drop off. But I think because of COVID and everything, they've kind of become a little more structured with it this year. So what was the date on that again?
November 15th.
November 15th.
Yep,
And
Sunday.
Sunday. And if you're in the area, come with us. Come with the Jeep Club, the Jeep Enthusiasts of Eastern Pennsylvania, and the first year we did it, we took four Jeeps full.
4 Jeeps full. Second year we took 6 or 10 Jeeps full.
Yep. And this year we want to triple that. I'd love to triple that.
Why not?
Do 24.
If you would like to donate to this,
Yeah.
you could actually send. We'll probably start a fund going.
Yep.
For everyone that wants to donate, we can just go out and buy a whole bunch of food.
Yeah, it's fun. I love going shopping for it.
Yeah.
And I just walk through Giant or Weiss or whatever with a cart, and and I do it for quantity.
Right. So I go to like Aldi and get whatever it is, like 30-cent cans.
Yeah, and really fill it up.
What's
So
up,
it's- Don's asleep over there.
Don's staring at the ceiling.
Um,
How many nails are in that beam, Don?
32.
but that's it's a good time, and it's for a great cause. So from the Lehigh Valley, we're gonna drive down to Philly, and we'll do it in a caravan, and that's always cool to have Jeeps backed up along the freeway and just cruising on down. That's a lot of fun. So
Always.
that's events that we have so far. I would encourage you to check out the JeepJamboreeUSA.com website. They have a list of the 2021 schedule. My goal is to hit at least one of those, maybe 2 of those, maybe 3 of those. Depends on what the wallet says, because they're not cheap.
No.
But I think you definitely get your money's worth when you go, for sure.
Yeah, let's do it. It'll be
And
fun.
I know
Somebody should sponsor us to go.
Oh, that's a great idea. And I know Neil does a lot of work with Jeep Jamboree, and he's always a good time to be around too, with his Lego flesh colored Jeep.
I love that color.
I know it's a great color.
I think that wasn't that called Dozer or something.
I don't know. He's on, so maybe he can let us know. But I think Dozer sounds about right.
Well, Dozer was
That off yellow, or
yeah, but it wasn't even named because of the color to match like bulldozer. It
Right,
had
right.
something to do with someone in Moab that they had a nickname Dozer or something. I don't know.
I don't know. But
If anybody would know, Neil would. So I'm
Neil
sure
would know. Yeah. But yeah, it's a really cool. It's a beautiful Jeep. It's a cool Jeep.
Yeah.
So cool. Let's talk tires.
Rubbers.
Well, hold on before we do.
All right.
Two
He always
emission-
does this. He sits and looks at the ceiling for a while.
And,
And
he's
then-
like, "Hey guys, I got something to contribute."
If that's the way I really sound.
Hey, guys.
Somebody.
Hey,
Hi, guys. Told you it's gonna get rowdy tonight.
Yeah, it is.
What you got, Don?
Two things. We had a question on the one video, the Warren video we released this week, and I just wanted to clarify something because I probably should have explained it while I was doing it and did not. It's just one of those things that I don't really think about anymore. So somebody had asked, I'd used an extension with a torque wrench.
Oh yeah.
And somebody had asked, and it was a very good question, does that change torque? And the answer is
Maybe.
Well, no, it does not when it is a lower torque rating and a shorter extension
Okay.
on the torque wrench. It will not. I there's really nothing clearly written as to where that break is, but you can actually feel a extension start to
Like
give.
twist.
So what we were using, as an example of when you don't have to, I think there was a 6-inch extension I was using. And it was it was 35 foot-pounds, I believe is what I was torquing the bolts to. And that literally isn't even close to where that brake number would be. But what was on there that does need to be, what you do need to be mindful of is swivels. And I couldn't get on there with anything else, maybe a crow's foot, but that also changes torque. And swivels, we typically add about 2 foot-pounds of torque for the swivel because of the angle that it puts it on. You actually lose the torque. So just wanted to clarify that. If you're using a longer extension, a 12-inch extension, 14-inch extension, you're torquing 55 foot-pounds, you're probably going to need to, there's a calculation that you can use to figure out per inch how much you need to add to it. The other thing, Scott brought this to my attention, and I told Scott he was a idiot. He was wrong, and the first time in Scott and I adult friendship, I was wrong, and I will swallow my pride.
No.
But anyway, when we were talking about the ARB refrigerators, and I think this is really important. Otherwise, I would have just left it go.
Yeah.
We quoted a price of something like $1,059, and plus the module. The new Classic 2 series actually includes the module. The website's a little confusing.
Oh, yeah, he was saying that to me too.
Yeah, the website. So I went back and looked at the website. It clearly states it in this description at the top of the Classic 2 series, but if you go to the bottom, it adds it as a accessory for the Classic 2. So it's kind of where it gets confusing. So just
okay.
anybody that's thinking about it out there or something, I just wanted to make sure they had the right information. That is our job.
The Classic 2 includes
The
module.
module,
yeah.
right?
Okay.
The wireless module.
Perfect.
All right, moving on.
All right, that's good follow up right there. Remember when we talked about?
Let's follow up for stuff.
Yeah,
I don't remember that, but okay.
I said I think we need a section that's good for follow up.
Yeah,
Well, we followed up.
We followed it up. Now it's a section.
it is. Well, I think it's I think the question about the torque wrench was a very good question. And I think it needed some clarification.
Was that Jason that asked
That was
that question?
Jason Weber. I think it was a very valid question.
Yeah.
It needs some clarification, other than what we clarified on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then additionally, the fridge thing. I don't want to misrepresent ARB, so
Yeah.
want to make sure we have our information right. So thanks, Scott. Whatever.
Yeah, he'll never let you hear that down.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right.
Cool.
Now let's talk tires.
Rubbers.
Is it time?
It's time.
All right, cool.
It's time for tires.
All right.
All right.
And
What do we gotta
go.
And go. All right, where this conversation started, we went back and forth quite a bit, and Bill as well, because you never stop looking for new tires
Nope.
ever.
Nope.
It's almost like never is enough.
Yep.
Kind of thing. And I kind of was looking at a couple different tires. I was looking purely for mud terrain tires, but I wanted them to have good road manual or manners too.
Yep.
So I started looking, and I knew that I wanted 35s.
I was just looking at big ones.
Yeah, you wanted 30, 39s, 40s.
I don't know.
42s,
Something
some numbers.
big.
Are you trying to make up for something? I mean,
There's some compensation
Yeah.
going over there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then Don,
Just
you
remember, if you're not the biggest in the group, you're. What is it? Oh no, it's something. If you're not first, you're last.
if you're not first, you're last.
Yeah. If you're not the biggest, you're not the
The
biggest.
smallest. I don't know where that came from, but thank you, Ricky Bobby, in filling that out.
Yeah. Second place is first place loser.
Yeah,
we're just full of all kinds of positivity tonight, aren't we?
it's just oozing out of us. So Don, I know.
Let me just throw this out there. If anybody is on anything less than 37s, you're a complete loser. You're going to
Completely.
have to step up and get some new tires because you can't hang with us or anybody else unless you have them. Just sell your Jeep otherwise.
Yeah, you might as well just
Yeah,
sell the
get rid
Jeep.
of it. Hell with it, right?
No. This
Big tires, more gooder.
I love it.
That's the new
That's a
title
new
of the show.
sticker. Yeah, it's
big-
good.
Big tires, more gooder.
Big tires, more gooder. But Don, we were looking at new tires too, and I know that you came across.
Well, let me clarify again. I really wasn't looking until you guys made me feel inferior.
Jeep.
I thought you guys were my friends.
We are your friends.
We are,
We're
and
your
that-
friends that are encouraging you to buy
To
bigger
do
tires.
bad shit, right? Yeah. I was fine. I was good where I was.
and now
at.
your Jeep isn't cute anymore. It's got some badassness to it. You're welcome.
How do people
Thanks.
actually watch us?
I think
Right now they're tuning out. I see the numbers
We're
dropping.
down to 2.
17.
So we started going in and out and just talking about what we were looking at. I was, and to be flat out honest, I was looking between the Nitto trail grapplers. Is that right, Don? I was
So I
the
got
trail grapplers.
yep,
You
yep.
got the trail grapplers.
I got the trail grapplers.
And I was looking at ridge grapplers. What
no,
is
I'm
it?
sorry. I got ridge grapplers. You
Right.
were looking at trail
Trail
grapplers, and then Scott talked you into BFG KM3s.
Yeah, KM3. So
Right.
Eric runs the Nittos, and Scott runs the KM3s.
Oh, is Eric
Yeah.
running the Nittos?
And so I was using them, kind of bouncing off each other. You know how brothers are.
Well, so first of all, let's just put this out there.
Yeah.
Eric is a very polite, generous, well-spoken person, and he will let you have your own thoughts. Scott will not.
No.
15 minutes into that conversation, you own whatever Scott owns.
And that's exactly where
Yeah.
I'm at with that.
I own things that Scott has owned.
I know, right? True.
Literally.
True.
He's like the ultimate ambassador.
He really is.
Yeah.
But you and I had a conversation where we actually, I toyed around with getting the same tires that you did.
Yeah.
And it was one of those I just kept going through and saying, what do I really want with my Jeep?
Mm-hmm.
What am I trying to do with it? How do I want it to look? And it just came down to, I really want that more aggressive look and feel out on the trail. I'm willing to sacrifice the road manners a little bit for that.
Bigger tires, more gooder.
Bigger tires, more gooder. And that's kind of where I landed with the KM3s. And
you're absolutely right. The KM3 is going to be a better tire on the rocks, and I'll tell you why in a second. It's going to be a better tire in loose dirt, in thick soupy mud.
yeah,
And it's solely. Why I had both sets of tires there. I took a good look at them side by side.
yeah, yeah.
Probably for more time than I should have. But the big difference, the center tread on the two tires. I'm gonna get like a outside dial caliper out and measure, but it is close to the same.
So
Not
same
the
width of
pattern, but the
the
same. Right, the blocks are about the
right.
same part, same
Yep.
way. The difference is in the outer lugs. And to be honest with you, in loose dirt, sand, mud, that's where you're getting most of your traction are those side lugs.
Yeah.
So side lugs are a little beefier on the BFGs. Additionally, some of your rock crawling traction comes from those side lugs too.
Yeah.
Fortunately, your road noise also comes from a lot of that side lug and
Yeah.
pattern design.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that I just didn't want to do is deal with the humming. You'll get road noise out of the nittos, but you don't get the humming. You'll get a
Right.
tire noise, but you don't get that hum. You do from a slight bit. I mean, tires
Right.
have gotten so much better, but it's a little softer compound, and you'll get it. So you're absolutely right. It's a trade-off. I
Right.
wanted a little better road manners. I still, I'm going to do. I think since we as a group are getting more into rock crawling than we
Yeah.
are doing, trail rides and stuff like that. I'm probably going to do a little more. I don't know if I'm going to go all out and Marvin Stammel with my Jeep, but it was good, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. Where's the helmet?
Yeah. but so that was my choice. But I understand. I mean, you made for what you want. That tire is going to do exactly that.
Yeah, and it was one of those things where money is an object, and we've kind of
Really?
talked about that one. Yeah, I mean, as strange as it is,
No, it is.
Very
much
the
is.
Jeep Life podcast isn't writing us checks yet.
Not yet.
So we kind of talked it, and it came out to where I would have saved some money by going 35-inch
Nittos.
Nittos.
Yeah, we got
with
we
you,
got
right?
a really good deal on the Nittos. The BFGs just went up in price.
Yeah,
from the manufacturer.
But I still kind of wanted that, and everything I read, the BFG actually got more total miles out of it than the Nitto mud terrain tires. Just a longevity. I think the compound's a little bit harder, and that kind of meant something to me. I was like, yeah, I think I want to go a little bit further with these tires, and I was like, all right, it's worth the extra money per tire for me to do that.
So it ended up being about let's see here, about $60 extra a tire for you is what it ended up being.
Yeah.
From my original quote came in a little lower.
Yeah.
And of course, like when Mike first quoted you the BFGs, the price went up.
Right.
Like the following week,
right.
It changed. I really can't speak to the longevities of the trail grapplers. We've been putting Ridge on everything at the school, the Ridge grapplers,
right.
and I like them and they work well. They're good in the snow. They're decent in the rain. I know the Ridge grapplers were getting 50 to 60,000 miles without batting an eye,
right?
As long as they're maintained,
right?
But I also know I had KM2s on my other Jeep before I went down a size to 33s.
Yep.
I had KM2s on it, and those KO2s I got almost 65,000.
Yeah,
so
they're both great tires.
They really are.
And it was one of those things where I felt like either tire, those were the
mm-hmm.
kind of the prime tire to
mm-hmm.
get.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a big name person. Brand doesn't mean that much to me. But everything I read kept pointing to those two tires.
Yeah, I mean, from my point of view, and I told you this before, I think
yep.
we did tires. It was like one of the first episodes we
yep.
did. Based on just mounting and balancing them, I had one tire that literally I put. Now you got to have good wheels too. Like Fuel is a really good wheel,
right?
Very well balanced, very well machined wheel. But I had one wheel and tire that literally took 1 ounce on the outside and 1.5 on the inside for wheel weight.
Oh, wow.
For a tire and wheel assembly that probably weighs 90 pounds, that is super impressive. And we see it with BFGs too.
Yeah.
They don't come apart. They don't chunk that easy on the trail. They don't, sidewalls are hefty. They're just good tires. They're not super loud, either of them.
Right.
The Nitto's a little more quiet, but it's also a little more of a street tire too.
Right.
But they're just. I mean, anybody that ever asked me, I say, look, whatever you want, as long as it's BFG or Nitto is mine.
Right. Yeah. And I look at these tires, and I love the tread pattern on all the Nittos.
Yeah.
Period.
They're pretty. They're
Just
pretty
when you're
tires.
looking at it,
Yep.
I think from an engineering standpoint, they're engineered well.
Yep.
But I think the designers working with the engineers
Right.
have come up with some of the best looking tread patterns
Right.
out there.
Right.
And that almost got me to sway toward the tire you're putting
The
on,
Nitto,
because
yeah.
it looks really, really good.
Yeah.
Especially in sand or something.
Yep.
It
And it's cool because the Nittos have two different sidewalls. They
right,
have one
right,
with
like
a,
more
with
aggressive.
yes, one
yeah.
with a more aggressive sidewall, one with a least aggressive. So
Yeah. You can turn it in or out.
Right,
and,
right.
Yeah.
Yep. So, but another now this is going back to the BFG. There's BFG KM2s, KO2s. They were known for undersize. Like my 33s on the 2011 were small. You drove
Right,
that,
right.
you saw it. That Jeep was low, and it was primarily the BFGs.
Right.
I was curious, so I put them side by side. The KM3s, they might have been a hair smaller. Now the tread width was a little less on the BFGs, but there was a larger side lug and the sidewall was kind of ballooned out
Right.
a little more. But they're very comparable in size. So that myth that they undersize their tires, really, I think they're correcting that with some of the new stuff. I mean, I don't know for sure, but it's the way it looked sitting side by side with the Nittos.
Right.
And when I mount and balance the Nittos on our road force, it shows you the actual size of the tire. It was right in the money at 35. So
was
I'd be willing to bet that those BFGs are going to be right on the side.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like a metric where you're at 34 and a half.
Because that was interesting. One of the things I thought about considering, because I didn't want to lose size.
Right.
Right. And by going from a 35 to a 35, I
Right.
didn't want to drop down in size. And I'd heard that about the BFGs being a little bit smaller. Quality aside, that has nothing to do with the quality. It just are a little bit smaller. And I was kind of curious, do I really want to take that chance? And I decided I am going to take that chance. The sidewall, and as much airing down as I'm doing, I definitely wanted that beefier feel when it's aired down as well.
Let me just respond to Jason Weber has a good question about using there's beads that you can put into a tire to balance.
Don't do them.
Don't well. Here's why you don't. Actually, those beads were used and developed for semi trucks, and so if you could imagine, they've got a tire on the back of the truck that's capable of holding, buku weight. It's a very stiff tire. They're running major tire pressure in them. So when it doesn't have a trailer on it, the problem is these things will hit like ripples in the road, and the tire will actually start to dribble.
Right.
Those beads aren't actually to balance the tire; to take that dribble out. They don't really balance well.
I'm running into that now.
Yeah, you really want to do like
they're great for the first 20,000 miles.
You really want to do, and if you have tire pressure sensors, they're hard on the sensors too.
Oh yeah, because those things are bouncing around in there, just going in. Yeah.
You really want to do I even say I use sticky weights on the inside of the wheel and not the outside past the outside face of the wheel, but I keep them to the inside so I don't knock wheel weights off on rocks.
Right.
That's I've had good luck with them.
Okay.
And the good news is really, really big tires. If you are off by 3/4 of an ounce, you typically don't feel it too much. I mean, you got a 90-pound tire swinging around there, you're not going to feel.
Right. And they're not spinning at the same kind of revolutions as a semi truck or something like that. Right.
So
yeah.
So to answer your question, the beads are not a great idea. That wasn't the original intention to balance out a tire with them.
Yeah, I'm sure it can be done, but I don't know that it's. I don't know that I would recommend it.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it's something.
Like I said, great for the first 20,000 miles, and then they suck.
Yeah. So I think right now our choice has been made. It's locked in, right? We've selected our tires.
We've spent the money.
We've spent the money. Right. They're done. And I can't wait to really test out those on the trail.
I know. I said earlier I'm out, but I am. I'm just hoping I can re-gear before we get out. I really would like to. It would make it much more pleasurable to be in some 456s or
Yeah, but you'll still
410s.
do it
Yeah, of course I will.
because you can't leave those tires in the parking lot
No,
and just jump in my.
no, probably not. Every time I do that, I love spotting and I love
You're good at it.
video.
Yeah.
Shooting video. Not as good, but it's one of those things where it's a learning process.
Yeah,
I think
sure,
I'm enjoying that,
sure.
and I got you to coach me through that. But I do, like, when we were on Barney Rubble that day, I was like, I even told Eric, I'm like, you feel like running me back to the parking lot?
I know. I want to go get my.
Yeah, and then the last
Yeah.
time when he broke and I had to get in a Jeep back, I was kind of glad that I got to jump in the Jeep. And
Yeah, but that was a rough ride.
that thing
was
is so
terrible.
rowdy. I mean, it wasn't aired down.
It
in the
wasn't
sway
aired
bar,
down.
but-
It wasn't disconnected.
but it is rowdy.
Airing down really helps.
It changes everything.
It does.
Well, and disconnecting changes everything. We've had that
Yeah.
discussion.
And when you're bombing trails, the problem is I have twin tube shocks on. So twin
Right.
tubes are known not to react real fast to changes in terrain. They're just not, it's like a one bump shock.
Right.
And
Right.
so it just starts to get rowdy. We were bombing coming back. We were kind of
Yeah, we
trying
weren't-
to- yeah.
We
were
were under
well
the
over
gun.
the speed
Yeah.
limit. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
it was terrible rain and
yeah.
I know that other people on here have already thrown in brands that they like and tires that they like, Milestar Patagonias, for MTs and others. So if you have a tire that you like, man, you can throw a comment on,
Yeah.
or throw a picture up on Instagram and tag us in it and let us know, let us see, because that kind of interactivity is great, and we love to hear that information. Our listeners, other people that are circulating around, love to get that information. I know when people are buying tires and doing stuff, they like to hear what other people think.
Yeah.
And so I think
I'm
it's
in the market for tires.
right. So what are you
Eventually.
looking at?
I don't know though. So I've been looking at the Nitto Trail Grapplers. I've been looking at the KO3s. I've been
Yeah.
looking at Mickey Thompson Baja Bosses.
Yeah,
Maxis,
No,
the
screw
big
that.
Trepidors.
there's some
I
boggers
heard
on
they
there.
suck.
They do. They're hard. I had not
They're
Trepidors.
amazing
I
off-road
was just
on
gonna say
rocks.
I had
Yeah.
Maxis Bighorns
Yeah.
on the TJ. That was I ran my first set was Bighorns, and they were killer off road. But I think I told you guys the story. I'm not kidding you. They would do this harmonic thing on the turnpike, and the dust would start to
Oh, yeah,
rise
yeah,
off
yeah,
the
yeah.
dashboard. You were like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Freaking
Crazy.
UFOs are
Yeah.
coming to like abduct us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
So I don't know. I've been looking at a lot of different things.
Yeah, I mean, you're not in a rush. You've got great tires on your
No, they
Jeep right
suck.
now. All right.
I love my tires, but at the same time, I hate my tires.
Yeah. Well, you've got one tire that is
It's-
mad at you.
Yeah, one tire's mad, and it just doesn't like me.
It
I
doesn't.
hate you, Billy.
But Brad, I think you got a great question. What pressure do you guys run on your tires
Like
for
30,
around town normal driving?
32, 33, 34.
You're running that
I-
high on yours?
Yeah.
Really?
I think here's and I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. Everybody says do the chalk test.
Yep.
Do the chalk test.
Yeah.
It's there for a reason, because and maybe you have one tire that needs to run at 35, and you have two other tires that want to run at 33.
Yeah.
You'll be able to tell right away. Don't just do one tire. Do all four.
So here's
And-
I'll give you the trailer to the video I'm going to do for Power Tank.
Yeah.
So we put the tires on, and we have some. I'm not going to throw names out there. I don't want to blast anybody, but we have some very good, very well recognized, industry recognized equipment to mount and balance tires. We
Yeah.
don't use our equipment hard because it's a school.
Mhm.
I mounted my tires. I set them to 28 psi. That's what I figured I would start there.
Yeah.
And I put them on the Jeep, and on the way home, it's not tracking well. It's riding like a skateboard. And I brought it back the next day, and I'm looking at it. I didn't even have to do the chalk test. Like,
Well,
the tires are brand new on
right.
the edge, and
Yeah.
I mean they were overflated.
Yeah.
So oddly enough, I grabbed a tire pressure gauge, and it said 32. 30, and I grabbed another one. It said 34, and then I put it back on the machine that we used to mount it. I grabbed
Yeah.
the spare off. I was just curious, and that said 28. my go-to every time if I have tire pressure problems
Yeah.
is Power Tank. That shit is unbeatable as far as quality
Accuracy.
control. Yeah, and
Yeah.
accuracy. I threw that on, and they said every one of them was between 34 and 36 psi. So I ended up dropping them down to 28, and
Yeah.
I think that's where they're probably going to stay. I do have to chalk line them yet and see, but so depends on the size.
Yeah. And what depends on the tire. My tires, if I don't run them 34 or 35, they ride
right,
like shit.
right.
And if I go to 37s, or 37 pounds, I definitely feel that too.
Right.
So I think every tire is different. You can start kind of with a
So my old set of Mastercraft I ran them at 40.
wow.
Stupid high,
Right.
but it loved them.
Right.
And it wore evenly all the way across and stuff. And it is true. Like my Maxxis Bighorns on the TJ, that was a 33-inch tall tire, and I ran those at they like to be at like 24, 26.
Right.
I mean, it was almost like I was aired down for the trail ready to go.
Yeah.
Anything higher, they would balloon out, and I was wearing the middle.
We're in the middle, yeah.
The BFGs that I put on were a little higher. I think I ran them right around 28 or 29.
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, you should chalk line them, but you should. It's cool. It's like one of those things, and this is kind of what I dig about the new wheel or the new tire technology. And we have really good quality tires out there now that'll do good things. But experiment around, run the pressure a little lower, run the pressure a little higher, chalk line them, see what you like, see what rides better. You'll actually feel a difference in the way that Jeep tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if that Jeep's, on my way home, it was all over the place. It was, I just didn't have a good contact patch. It wasn't tracking real well.
Yeah.
Drop the tire pressures when you're wheeling. I always wheel around 14 psi, 13 psi. I may go a little lower now. I don't know. I may try and see how it is with 10. But yeah you're absolutely right. That's fine tuning the tire.
Right, and I think every tire is different.
Yep.
I know that I started running mine at 16 when I was off-roading, and I found that if I dropped it to 14,
right,
I got a little more control out of it.
Yep.
I felt a little softer ride, if you will.
Yep.
I tried 12, and that was
you feel it.
I was all over the place.
Yeah.
I felt like it was a lot loosey-goosey, and and it's that small of a change of 2 pounds.
And I think that's cool
PSI.
because years ago, the first 4-wheel drive I ever had that I built, I put super swampers on it, and I mean they would throw chunks of mud the size of small children's heads. But the point is, I mean, the tire was horrible on the road. Yeah, I got like 12,000 miles out of a set of tires, and it didn't matter what you set the tire pressures at. Now we got these tires that are, I mean, Nitto and BFG, and I know there's a lot of other great brands, but those are the two that I like.
Right.
They're just, I mean, they're that fine tuned. You can feel a difference on the road with lower pressures and higher pressures.
And there's so much better materials out there now than there was even 5 years ago.
Yep.
And I think that makes a difference.
And radial ply tires. Oh my God.
Well, this is a good kind of jumping in point. I'm glad that you have new tires and they look fantastic.
Thank you.
They changed the look.
They really did. Thank you.
And I can't wait to get mine on. I would say this time next week they'll be ready to go. Fingers are crossed, and Don willing.
Yes, we'll have them on.
And we'll keep holding our breath for you because you've got other things now.
I got steering stuff and my fancy new steering hydraulic fluid, and it uses special hydraulic fluid. It uses this. Oh my God, I'm already shaking my head.
It's a lot, man.
It's gonna be a long install.
I really think, Billy, after whatever you decide to do at Puddles, so I think you might want to consider not daily driving this thing. The kind of mileage you're putting on it, the kind of maintenance it's going to take.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love it. So
miles per mile. I love driving it. That's the thing.
That's
I
the
absolutely
thing.
love driving my Jeep.
So do I. I do too.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to try and daily drive this one, but I think I'm going to try and keep it, as great of a setup as this is, I'm going to try my best to steer away from it. No pun intended.
I steered right into it.
Yeah, I just don't want the maintenance,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's something to be said for that too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if you've got thoughts tag us, send us an email. But where do they do that?
Well, you want to head over to our Facebook page. It's a great way to get in contact with us and see all of our latest updates and pictures and photos and videos and this and that and the other thing. Also, that's where we post all of our discounts that we get from awesome companies that we're working with, Power Tank and Armor Light.
Yep.
And yeah, so obviously that is the Jeep Life podcast on Facebook. Also, you can head over to our YouTube page where you're going to find all of our latest up-to-date videos of different installs, wheeling, episodes, just our go lives and this and that, and just staying up to date with all of our videos. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you stay up to date, get
Smash it.
emails, smash it. Also, that fancy little feature is going to make sure that our latest video does come up on your suggested videos,
Oh, yeah.
which is awesome.
Yep.
Leave a comment on any of our videos. Make sure you hit that like button, and obviously smash that subscribe button. Also, you can head over to our Instagram page, which is Jeep Life Pod, where you stay up to date with all of our latest events that we're at, all kinds of photos, little quick videos, and to see what kind of stuff we're working on and product reviews. So, and obviously,
one last thing before we go, if and again, we'll throw this out there. You know, anybody looking for tires?
Yep.
One of two places: Quadratech. You know,
Absolutely.
if you have any questions, call them up. They've got a great staff that can help you out.
Yep.
And same with tires for OK 4-wheel drive. Give Mike Rauch a call, and he's very knowledgeable. He'll help you out, and you know, both companies will stand behind their products.
Absolutely.
Yep. If you're interested, and you are, you need swag. You need new T-shirts.
New
And
hat.
Jeep. Somebody needs
Don
a new
lost
hat.
his hat.
But you need
Wasn't I didn't
your
lose it, it was
Jeep Life
stolen.
podcast swag.
Yeah.
I have stickers. I have it's overkill, and we did get some new decals that we're going to come up with a great way to.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be giving some
giveaways and stuff. So that's in the future. So hang out with us, and we'll figure that out. I know, Brad, your stickers are on the way. Whether you've got them or not, they are on the way.
Cool.
And you know, go to jeeplifepodcast.com and click on the swag link. And I know Shattered Dream Designs does all of our stuff, and so they'd love to get you some new shirts out.
Absolutely.
And that helps out the podcast. For Bill, Don, and myself, thanks for tuning in with us, and here's a big Jeep wave to you. See you soon.
Big tires are more gooder.
Will, if you want a sticker, you got to buy some. I'll tell you what. I'll sell you a sticker, and you can get a free set of wheels and tires for that new Jeep. So
It's an expensive sticker.
It is. Well, it's worth it. You know.
Yeah.
Comes with a free set of wheels and tires
Absolutely.
to go with that. Yeah. So I'd love to do that. Thanks, guys, for listening in. It's awesome to see you guys on there and interact. It makes all the difference in the world. So you guys have a great week, and we'll see you soon. All right.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.